The hashtag is here, Amina. The trend brings you Mkurugenzi, the storyteller. All right, and he's coming through with Phil. We decided to end the show on a high. We decided, we were like, what do we do at the end? We were like, of course, we're going to end it with Abel and with Phil. I mean, what else? What can we do? What can we do? Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks,
you know, this is so interesting. It started off, I think, as a joke. It was a fluke.
Yep.
And now here you are approaching, or you're slowly getting to 500,000 subscribers.
Yep.
That is ridiculous.
250,000.
Okay. Tunafika 250,000 lakini tunaangalia huko. We're 700,000 subscribers short of getting to 1 million, but that's huge. So how did it start, Abel?
Man, COVID. Wacha, hiyo kitu, I know it's a curse for many. Wengine wetu yani COVID tunaitaga kando, tunaiambia kunywa soda.
On my bill.
Kunywa tu soda wewe.
Pewa mbili baridi boss.
Aki. That time bana, we were in the house bana, kuna form, we were just there. Then wife decides bana, hizi story unatupigia hapa aki tumezisikia. Please. Pigia watu wengine. Tumechoka na hizi.
Hata Phil kwa hapa anasema amechoka. Alikuwa anakusumbua.
Wewe Abel all the time wangataka kupigia story. So it was a relief for us. Pigia watu wengine story.
Sisi tunajua hizi stories sasa. Wewe bia watu wengine.
In fact, they were even part of the stories. Man, unanipigia story nilikuwa ndani.
True.
Phil was there. Telling him the story. Na kuna siku tulikuwa tumeenda ati boss kumbe nilikuwa na wewe. Sikuwa najua.
So tafadhali wakurugenzi, endeleeni kusikiza hizi story, mna save life yetu. Literally.
You are thanking them.
Yes.
It's a load off of your shoulder.
Hallelujah. Hapa anyamaza wangi.
And you know what I like about them is that the stories have lessons.
Yeah.
There's like a moral to the story.
Correct.
And you also inform people and educate them on different things.
Absolutely.
Whether it's politics, whether it's business, whether it's money related, whether it's the industry itself, right?
Yeah.
Do you do your research?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Hey, unaweza na wakurugenzi ni hatari. You say one wrong thing. Buda. Sio hivyo, umetudanganya wewe. So research key.
Yeah.
Very important.
And it's sort of like jumped off of YouTube and now became a show that you're also doing live.
Oh yes. And these guys show up every first Saturday of the month. Imagine just to watch a guy seated on stage telling stories. That's how I knew stories are very powerful. Sio bure, mazee our grandparents used to do that. Like, stories shape a society. It's a pity that we stopped doing that somewhere along the way. I think life really happened, but now we're slowly taking it back.
Yeah. And the fact that we're telling our own stories, which is something very important.
Very
now, Phil, you being an actor, a famous actor at that, you don't really love the camera that much.
I always knew I'd end up as a director. So acting was a means to an end. But yes, I absolutely love acting. Nashindangwa kujidirect. But you know what you were saying here about stories. So for me, being a director, I'm still doing exactly what Abel is doing. He's telling stories in front of the camera. I'm telling stories behind the camera. At the end of the day, we need to tell our stories. They shape our culture. Story is so important in our culture. Yeah. 100 years from now, when they're doing research on what music were people listening to at that time, 100 years from now, imagine the trend itakama.
Yep.
Watu wanaamini hapo hivyo. And that's how important story is.
Yeah, very true.
I'm sorry. Steven Spielberg wetu amesema mimi, by the way, na make history.
Yeah.
Niko ku make history as it is.
Let me tell you, for you, maybe unaona hii job, like you wake up, you come here, it's a job, but you don't know, you're shaping our culture as a country. I mean, you're doing so much for this country, you have no idea.
I think he's thinking he's talking to Amina Mohammed. Ni mimi ndo niko hapa.
Wewe. Tunaongea juu yako.
Man, that's crazy. You guys, I don't know how to move on from that. I feel like we should just stay in this moment for a while. Let's go to a break. I know. No, but you're right.
Let me tell you how important stories are.
Yeah.
Right now, if you ask anyone pale nje, what do you think of the US? Superpower. Those guys are the ish. COVID si ilituonyesha hawa watu ni wa kawaida sana. But Hollywood made us believe that those guys are actually the superpowers.
Yeah.
Story, man. Yeah.
Were you always this storyteller?
Oh yeah, yeah. Since primary school, I've been punished for stories. Mrs. Okay, wacha nisichome.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean punished? Like for telling other people's stories? When do you call them say what wanakusurround?
CEO, nilikuwa CEO huko. Abel Mutua and your company kuja hapa. Wewe unyamazi.
Nice makers list yako imekuwa X. Ulikuwa unaandikwa na red.
Na red, alafu nimeandikwa hapo ×5.
That's so funny at CEO. You and your company.
Yes, you and your company.
Abel is there. You're one of those guys who they used to write your name in the noisemakers list, even if you're not in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a joke. It happened.
It did?
Kwanza ilikuwa deputy principal, alikamko assembly. Akasoma list ya watu I think 6. And he finished the list by saying, and Abel Mutua, follow me to the office because I know. Yuko hapa. Anaambiwa huko, he's not around, he's absent. Siko hata chuo.
That's unbelievable.
Man, but
oh my gosh.
It's paying rent.
Man,
now.
it's okay when it happened to me. Look at us now though. Look at us making money.
Yeah.
Telling stories. Now Phil, you're handling a number of productions at the same time.
Yeah.
And you're now hiring people. You're creating employment. This is so ridiculous, right? Because the company that both of you started also started, it started because, you tell the story, I don't want to be the one to tell the story, but why did you guys need to start the company? You were doing well, you had gigs, you were, landing all these roles, and you decided we need to start our own company. Why?
It's interesting. We just come from having that conversation with April outside, and we're like, as an artist, you get on set, there's someone dressing you, makeup is over there, utapewa lines, utaandikiwa lines na writer. You actually don't own anything. And for us, it was important that we needed to own our own productions. Yeah. And so for us, it was straightforward. We'll open a production company. We will tell our stories the way we want to tell our stories, and we will own our own productions. So that set us on that path. Yeah.
Yeah, ownership, actually, I couldn't agree more. Ownership is everything. I mean, we were part of a show that was a cult. Like, that show was so huge in this country. Yani ilikuwa ridiculous. Now it's being rerun. Hatuna hata kitu hapo. And we can't even ask because we sold our souls to the devil. Like, unafanyiwa kila kitu, hauna right, so we can do with the show whatever we want.
Yeah.
But now to discover, okay, so that's how we're going to play it. So we're going to own the content.
Yeah.
So now we're very deliberate. Any content that we put out, we own it.
It's yours.
It's ours.
Yes. And people don't know this, but Abel is actually a very, very talented writer. Very funny. I called you, right?
Yes.
And I was like, Abel, you're a writer, because I saw the credits and I was like, I'm obsessed with this show. I can't believe you write this. What are other things that you do that people don't know behind the scenes?
Actually, you know pretty much everything because I'm an actor, a storyteller, a writer.
Does writing have as much money as maybe like pitching shows and...
It's a bit different because, writing is part of the project. So when you go and pitch for a show, you pitch for 100%. So writing is there. Writing is like 20%, acting is like another 20%. Then the whole technical shebang is there. So of course, as a director, nasi director here set as the company director. Yes. Pitching a show, the advantage now you get to manage the entire 100%.
Yeah.
But if I come in as a writer, I can't ask more than 20%.
Sasa
watu wasilipwe juu writer ameandika.
Writer ni star. Writer anajua ni diva. I was seeing there was an article I read where Njoro from Papa Shirandula was saying how important it is for creatives to invest. Yes. This time passes it passes us all right by. The limelight, it's so glamorized, and you have it only for a few years, and then someone else is going to come and do this very show, right? And in that time, what people don't know when you're busy saying to ebu tuamke leo tuende tukatafutie omosh, what people don't know is that the money that you make as an actor is so little. Yes, you see it being advertised everywhere, you see us on billboards, but the money that you make is so little. How important is this, you investing in all of these other industries, whether it's food or whether it's that's agriculture, whether it's real estate or whether it's you starting your own company? How important is that for creatives?
It's not just creatives. I think any human being, like, you need several sources of income. For me, I think of income like a table. A table has 4 stands. Ukikata moja, it will still keep standing because has 3 other stands. So that's how I think of income streams.
Yes.
So if you have 4 income streams, COVID ikuje moja ikatike, you're still okay.
Yeah.
So for artists, apart from the money you make from being an artist, you still need to invest elsewhere. You need to have several income streams. In fact, they say that your average millionaire has about 7 income streams. So yeah, it's very key and very important. And yes, you're right. Acting or being on TV doesn't... Kenyans believe when you're on TV, uko na pesa. Sijui hiyo concept ilitoka wapi. Ukionekana kwa TV wewe umeomoka. But the truth is, you don't make a lot of money from acting. But what acting does is it opens doors for you. Because you don't have to introduce yourself.
Yeah.
The minute you walk through a certain door, watu washaku recognize, you can get deals much faster. So I keep telling artists, any actor that I work with, when you're working with us at Philip Productions, I'll tell you the truth. I'll never pay you what you're worth. But I'll make sure that you can walk through any door in this country and you'll come out of there with a contract. Yeah.
Now, one of the actors or actresses that you are fortunate to work with is your extremely talented wife, Kate. Yeah. How is it working? I've always wondered, how is it working? Like, can you really direct her? Is she like, no, naniambia nini baba nani? So unasema mimi siko poa. Like, okay, okay, guess who's sleeping on the couch tonight?
Weirdly enough, because we met on a set, we are so... the minute we walk through the door into any set, I become director and she becomes the role that she's playing. I don't know how that switch happens. I think it's because we started off that way. So, tushajua boundaries zetu. When you're on set, I'm director, you're the actor. Yes, and we're very professional about it.
Oh, I like that. If it was me, let me tell you right now. And without directing, I am directing and acting at the same time. You're just sitting there, Kando, waiting for me to finish what it is that I'm doing. But it's such an interesting dynamic, and I love this sort of like empire both of you are building. You know, it's like we're together but apart. Yeah. I have my own individual brand, you have your own individual brand, and together we're also a force. Yeah. When I was following you online, Abel, there's a lot of different topics you touch on regarding politics. Yeah. And you do it in a comical, edutainment, they call it, right? Yeah. I see a lot of artists and creatives in general sort of like joining the political side. Is that something you've ever envisioned? Is that something that's ever come up?
Oh, me as a politician?
Yeah.
No. I'm just the guy who keeps politicians in check.
Oh, but I saw people asking you, do you think that this is something you do?
No, I don't think I have the skills. Ni vizuri tu kujisema.
Yeah.
I do not have the qualities. I am not a good manager.
Don't you feel like more people should say that though?
I see people there, I'm like, Chief, tulikuwa na wewe university bana, you cannot manage. So that's why I need a manager. That's why Judy is there, because I cannot manage anything to save my life. So if I go into politics, hapo ndakuwa na wadanganya. Wacheni tu niwaambie ukweli wakurugenzi. And if I take that direction, trust me, there will be a team bigger than itakuwa ni fire.
Itakuwa ni fire.
Hapo hakuna kubahatisha.
The storytelling ended up building your brand even more, which was unforeseen. Yeah. And you have now influence where people come, watch these shows, they pay money, they want to pay money, they want to watch you, they want to support you. It is ridiculous. And you make it very collaborative. You make it look like the show is theirs.
It is theirs actually.
Oh, it is theirs?
Yeah, they're the execs. The person who is funding your production is the boss. Yes. Like today, if Wakurugenzis came and told me, kutoka leo tunataka ufanye fashion, I have no choice. Naingia fashion.
Fashion police.
Yeah, they're the execs, man. Like without them, I'd be at home. Hey,
and I like that you credited me. When I meet people who watch the trend, I always tell them I'm the one who's humbled to meet you, and I'm the one who's honored, because if it wasn't for you as a viewer, I wouldn't have a job.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
And I think it's almost like the people who have the power, and they don't know that. They think the politicians have the power, but it's the people who have the power.
Exactly.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So much so that they're the ones who told you tunataka filamu.
Maze.
Yo.
And here it is. Tell me about it.
Banze, A Grand Little Lie is our premiere feature film. We are premiering it on 1st and 2nd of October. I think next weekend.
Yeah, on Friday.
On Friday, yes. Actually, we were just to launch it on our website. Yeah. People buy the link, watch it on their phone or tablet or on their laptop. Lakini wakurugenzi ni akina nani? Walisema wanataka red carpet, wanataka kushona vitenge.
Wait, walisema hivyo?
Hey!
We weren't supposed to do a premiere. Si ilikuwa tu ikitoka hivi straight mtandao.
Same thing we did with TTNT with Nzugush.
Yes.
Yeah. So we launched it straight kwa phone, but they were like, nope. Lazima to watch.
Yeah.
It's a film. It has to be enjoyed in a theater. Yeah. So now we have a red carpet coming up. Manze, keep buying those tickets, Aki, tafadhali. And it's also what Abel was saying, like we keep listening to our audiences. It's something we do as Philip Productions. We call it build, measure, learn system, where you do something, let the people get a glimpse of it, get their feedback, learn from it. So they told us they want a premiere. That's what we're giving them. And they're like, you charge whatever amount you want to charge, we will come.
Stop it.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it, you guys. How did that feel? That's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Like 7K an episode. Was it an episode? Like the actors, guys, like we said, usione watu hapa kwa TV.
Manze, it's ridiculous. And that's why we need to move away from that model.
And you have people now who are saying that they will pay for good content.
Yes.
Let me tell you, we've always been saying that Kenyans don't support art. That's a lie. Sisi tumekuwa tukifikiria hivyo. By the way, they tell us, pesa sio shida. Will you tell us ni wapi na ni lini na ni how much tunalipa? In fact, niko na timu yangu ya watu 10. Naweza walipia wote.
No.
Yeah. We have
and they're saying the cost doesn't matter. We don't care how much you guys are going to charge us. We are ready to come and support.
Correct. Sometimes we worry about little things. The other time we were worrying about location. Because thinking of moving from town, mazee tunashindwa aje sasa. Sasa tupeleke show sijui Karen ama wapi. Guys are like, Chief, take this show to Nakuru, we are coming.
Yes.
We are coming. So that got us thinking, Chief, we limit ourselves so much because of things we think. We don't know, we think.
That's true.
Yeah, people, just do it. If you have your community, they will follow.
And also, I think part of the process is we've been showing them the process of making this film and what it takes for Abel to do his show. And people are beginning to understand that entertainment is very expensive.
It is.
Like for Amina to be here seated, the investment that has gone into this studio is in tens of millions, right? So whatever Amina is selling to you guys, it's a package, it's a product, you know, and there's cost of production. And now people are beginning to understand that, you know, for entertainment we need to pay for it. It's expensive, and I'm liking that. And we are dealing directly with Kenyans now.
Wow.
No middlemen. So it's a unique way of doing business. Let's see if we get paid. Sasa tuweze kulipa actors vizuri.
Yes, please. It's the worst thing to see some of your favorite actors get, you know, become homeless because they were making 5,000 to 8,000 an episode. Transportation costs, haujafikiria. You're just used to seeing these people every single week on TV, and you have no idea how much they're being paid. And it's usually ni character development, lakini Abel.
But pia si ati ufanye for 30 years unakuwa too developed.
Short
even in fact, our dream as a company is to one day cut an actor a check for $1 million shillings. Baka we know how we'll do it. We'll write a check for 999 and give them a shilling in an envelope. Tushaipanga. It's gonna happen.
Man, you guys are making me fall in love with how you want to treat people, because that's what you wish had happened to you, right? And you started by saying that you will never pay them their worth, because you're already respecting their art from the jump.
Absolutely.
Now, let's take a look at the trailer before we oversell it, okay? Let's take a look at the trailer. We want you to please come through for the premiere. You've been looking for an event. You're wondering, hii dress nitavaa wapi? Hii suti nimeshonesha. Mabeshe zangu, hawaoi, hawaolewi. I have a gig for you, okay? That's happening next week. So please take a look at the trailer. Do you want to introduce it, Phil? Here's your camera. Go ahead.
Okay. Grand Little Lie. Twende kazi.
Good, okay. Let's watch. Sijaona watu bloody what? Tuwasisema. How long did this take to shoot?
8 production days, shooting days. Then post-production has taken about 3 weeks. So that's something else we're trying to... we want to do films that make economical sense. Manze hatujafika levels of Hollywood, so I can't shoot a film in 3-4 months. So we want to turn them out as fast as we can. So 8 shooting days. We were hoping it'd be out within a month. It would have been if wakurugenzi wangesema wanataka premiere.
Acha siamini. Hawa watu ndio wamesema wanataka mfanye premiere na mkafanya.
Yeah, maze.
Well, I'll be
hiyo risk tu tumechukua juu tunaamini. Wakaamua kutufanya mbaya. Tutabaki hapo na screen zetu.
What? Na my family members, my cousins.
Tutaiwatch hapa watu 15.
So tell us exactly when, how much, and just talk to people. Let them come through for the premiere.
All right. So we'll be premiering on 1st of October. That will be on a Friday, next week on Friday, at the Nairobi Cinema. Tunaingia pale saa 11. The film starts at 7. Before film, kwanza red carpet, the whole shebang itakuwa hapo. Picha nini, you name it. We're going all African. Pale tunachoma mutura, mumezoeshwa popcorns. Ni mutura zina mara medhagero nini. Ni medharego. Hizo ndio zinacheza. Yeah. Then the film starts at 7. Charges 2,500. Okay, 5,000 sababu najua mnalipia watu. That's something else we are doing, Amina. Tunataka kupushi kitu ya supporting each other. Kama kuna rafiki yako mazee, usimwache. Come na yeye. Yeah. So it's 2,500 lakini sikuje peke yako. Beba mtu. Yeah, and enjoy. Depending on how that first day performs. Tukiona there's need for another one, tutaiseti.
What's been your biggest lesson throughout all of this?
One, we need to unlearn a lot of things. There's a way we know films are made and learn all that. Hiyo ni formula ililetwa kutoka America, kutoka US na does not apply here. Sidanganywe. So, like you said, minimum viable product. Spend the least you can, try and make the most out of it. Very important. Number 2, you need your people, man.
Yes.
You need the people. Industries are not made by machines. Industries are made by the people. So if you do not have your people, makosa.
Also, I see. So you made sure that they knew the very important role that they're playing.
Exactly. Yes, you need them.
So this is just a first of many films. Depending on how this one goes.
They want a film for 80% of the stories I've told.
They want a film about it.
A film like, about 80% of the stories.
Like every story you tell guys are like, you should do a film
about it.
And then you do the next story, they're like, sana this one is a man. Then you do another one, they're like, boss. So is that something you're...
Oh yeah. So our challenge, we want to try and do about three or four films an year. If the support is still there, we can push. But yeah, that's where we want to start. But we've learned also you have to take a risk in this life. You know, what we are doing is very risky. But we were like, okay, 20, fanya kitu. And yeah, so if you want, unataka kuwa na head start kwa life. Whatever you're doing out there, take a risk. Take a risk. Go for it. Go for it.
You know, this has been such a weird interview. I feel like I'm the one who's listening. Like I feel like I'm asking questions for myself. So that's so cool, man. Especially if you are a cameraman, if you're like really good at what you're doing, if you're an amazing editor. These guys, you don't need to know anyone who knows anyone who knows anyone. Literally, they don't even know how I know this. But if you're talented, it's just about your work. You come, you show Abel your work, you show Phil your work. That's all that's supposed to speak for you. And I love that about you guys, giving so many people chances that you probably never even had, and envisioning a much better industry than the one you found. And I think that sort of like speaks to your legacy. I can't wait to see more of what it is that you'll do. Please make sure that you subscribe.
Very nice. Hata kabla niuze pale kwa wakurugenzi, tickets ziko www.philittv.com. That's where you get the premiere tickets. Tafadhali ingieni hapo, fanyeni mambo.
Na tujasa watu wa diaspora.
Diaspora guys are coming. Pole. Tuacha tumalizane na watu wa premiere kwanza, then mambo yenu tutashughulikia. Then of course mkurugenzi Abel Mutua on YouTube, enda pale finya ile subscription. I tell guys, if you watch a story na ikubo, don't come back. In fact, don't tell anyone about us. We enda kabisa. But ikikubamba, kuja na rafiki yako. Bas.
Na ni zote. Hiyo ndio kujiamini. Kujiaminia. Mr. Philip.
Mimi follow tu pale IG, Phil Director on Facebook, Philip Karanza. But most importantly, Philip philittv.com. philittv.com, get your tickets, and then that's where we will also launch the film on their platform, and that's where we'll sell the links to the film. So philittv.com, that's the... Kumbuka hiyo. Kumbuka hiyo.
Please spell it.
Oh, yeah, very important.
All right. P-H-I-L-I-T tv.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go. Plus, of course, more content coming. That's the website. Now you know it. Phillit.com. That's all you need to know, right?
Phillit TV.
Or philittv.com. That's all you need to know.
Oh, yeah.
More content is coming up. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you so much, Abel.
Anytime.
I wish you guys all the best with all that you've got lined up for the industry. They're not
awesome.
ready.
Yeah.
Make sure that you come through for the premiere. I will be there. I will be there. So I just want us to have a meet and greet, but there, okay?
Nice,
so
nice.
I will be buying tickets for a couple of you to support my bros here. So if you slide in my DM right now, Amina Abdirabba on Instagram, I'll buy you the tickets. So I'm going to take the first 3 people. Okay? So just now, right now, when Nikitoka show you. Okay, so I see